Manipur is blessed with a myriad of enchanting rivers. The Manipur River and the Barak River system are two of the major river systems of Manipur. Indigenous communities like the Meiteis, Nagas, and Kukis of Manipur depend on the rivers for their livelihood, such as fishing, agriculture, collection of sand and stone for construction, etc. Moreover, the rivers are a source of culture for the indigenous communities of Manipur. The rivers in Manipur are being increasingly targeted for power generation by the dam builders and the government. Nearly 30 dams are further planned over the rivers of Manipur. Previously constructed dams like the 105 megawatt Loktak multipurpose hydroelectric project, the Mapitel Dam, and the Kuga Dam have unleashed adverse social and environmental impact in Manipur. The Loktak project, commissioned in 1983, destroyed the livelihood of thousands of affected communities in the Loktak wetlands. The Itai Barrage blocks the Manipur River and converts the Loktak wetlands as a dam reservoir, submerging more than 50,000 hectares of forest and agricultural land. Indigenous and endemic floral and faunal species like haikak are threatened with extinction due to the dams.
Ibisi kanana pivo kudo no habitaragadi ithai dam sina pivo kudo lamo werkanda ekoi hauji ngami praja singsi adukumati awawa mayok na ringai marak asida kari ahongba Manipur government na ekoi gidama kari pirige haba matamda 2006 da the Loktak Protection Act haba ma sembidana ngami praja singjibu adukumati
Government continues to violate the human rights of communities affected by the Loktak project. Affected villagers have been demanding decommissioning of the Itai Barrage. Till date, the project proponents, like the National Hydroelectric Power Corporation, have remained unaccountable for the violations and hardship faced by the affected communities. The Mapitel Dam, built over the Taubal River, has submerged more than 2,000 hectares of forest and agricultural land. The Mapitel Dam displaces thousands of communities from villages like Chadong, Ramrei, Payang, and Mapo.
This is other Hora Lady Miam Singui and Matunjele. Venatore, Simakasing, the Roy Mange, Mataki Matai, getting what the other shoot from the Gato. But they could recommend him. Richard him.
Hanadi Makada Lerambani at the Mohina Matam Manumzaga and Ishin Kalaput of Hishi, Ishin going to Revoca, at the lady other than Ishin Tropany to the Lapani of Hishi, what me up loin to Mre, Lokuan and Dreba Moina, Matamzada Tinkapusida, at the Kushi Lamana to make an fire with the
The Mapitel Dam also affected the livelihood of communities in downstream areas of the dam, like Tumukong, Nungbrung, and Laikong, affecting the collection of sand and stone as well as fishing activities of the villagers.
Upai lektre hoji ising bawna thakna bati haro ranu ising lam phangdre adu ma se ko kan mai pan dong no khang de ko no mom nei teng se la asura ri sine ba adu ma pan tho amdi mamang thar di ke thema bi nung bang ba haidena suram de ba hoji di su de ya da mina awa mi mayung na la isine ba sita ni kai do ga ko isa su thak si ke kamai tor ga lai lai su tam ba gi ma ka tor si ke mayung na si ke ko lai de
The efforts to commission Mapitel Dam involves brute suppression of affected people's call for their rights and justice. The Mapitel Dam today represents a clear symbol of development injustice in Manipur.
The extensive militarization in and around Mapitel Dam site and the brutality unleashed by the government to affected people's demands for their rights confirms that the Mapitel Dam is not for them, but for the profit-mongering corporations. On 3rd November 2008, women from Naga, Meitei and Kuki communities demanding justice for Mapitel Dam violations were brutally assaulted by the Indian security forces. Mrs. Lungmila of Lofong village was hit by a tear gas canister on her head. She continues to be mentally paralyzed.
The resistance to dams is also fueled by the failure of dams like the Kuga Dam, the Kopum Dam, and the Dolai Tabi Barrage, which were built with much promise and hope for the affected communities. The Kuga Dam, commissioned in 2010, still failed to provide electricity and irrigation waters. The Kuga Dam displaced thousands of Kuki and Vaifei communities in Churachandpur. The canals keep breaking with every release of water. Affected villagers demanding their rights and just compensation were assaulted and even killed in 2005.
Lung kham bang bang taka mit ketui nap ketui to kami siat wa hiya ni talo di no
Atsila pada kian mo pada hi ko man ade lo dung zuya ko wal men na bol pinande mi no mi pa na sataka kabin alo man ain mun tui pin tu ba kabin wo ba na lat tu ba doi again zo seu khada khat song piek lo
wa laka dama protest ki payin mi pin mo affected area te ki pai home vekin damak vakipin to pian IRB te na ni taglam dak li to dak thum ki kala khidi wa thawang ka pum mo
ti la chu electricity dia tu na electricity di tu among te sia bol le thing lo to lo akan na naum lo kam zo se chu ma lo zo se chu ma
one of the objective of the construction of the Kuga Dam is irrigation. It has been a total failure. It is a failed project, and my suggestion is that all the canals that pass through the villages should have been refilled.
The Khopum Dam is another example of a failed dam in Manipur. The dam submerged large tracts of agricultural land. Today, its canals lie defunct.
Low hectare nipu ga nipan when 76 ma ke ni ko projal pumang ma wa sing sak tang ka ji ke green kan de lo thong ning kre kanan ke ne na ku le lo na tong mo
khang de da dam sab da ki tong kenan sab da tong soi ma la a de dam na khra nem ba.
The Kuga Dam and the Khopum Dam are already considered as white elephants of Manipur.
I feel that the government or the corporates, whoever has taken up development project in our area does not maintain business and human rights ethics. And so I think that is one of the main reason for failure of the many of the projects.
The Dulai Thabi Barrage, inaugurated by the Prime Minister of India in January 2019, is slowly proving itself as yet another failed dam. Villagers of Yumnam Patlo, Yumnam Kuno, and Pukhao, who were hopeful of irrigation waters from the dam, were left disappointed. The canals of the barrage failed to channel water for irrigation in 2019 and 2020.
Lâu mà tầm đó sẽ cái nó chỉ để thình cái tàu bạc này xuân đã khăn lạc quan xuân đã xuất hiện đấy xuân đã tụm hàng cái lệ.
Hôm nay thara cái gì cái tụm cài lại rồi mina sinh gì cái xin ông khang này tụm mang lại rồi sinh gì tụm.
Drain nung si phát sinh bị vô thì họ vậy cái lulur nó vừa sinh cũng tắc kia rồi cái nó drain sẽ chân đi cái sinh chỉ lôi bóng cái này thì sinh bóng nó queen sang cho nó tụm cài cái đó.
Cái yêu thích xuất ra cái này đi qua lại là cái món sinh ta thà bị rồi nè bao giờ hay biết được cái mình đã khơi tạo bao mà sao mùi khơi đi xem khát lên lấy đây mà pan tao nó xem khát bưng ngầm đâu mà tăng cái giàu vậy chắc cái món này cũng cắm làm như nó coi à mai này ăn nữa tụi nó xí ra này mùi gì.
Several large dams are proposed despite the adverse impact and failure of dams in Manipur. The 1,500 megawatt Tipaimuk multipurpose hydroelectric project over the Barak River is the largest and most controversial dam proposed in Manipur.
Se lok Barak itoren se dum matam da thokpa asigumba polai gumba tharoi gumba karinga gumba ekhoi matam ge khoi sida ta laga khoi sa bane.
The Tipaimuk Dam will submerge more than 27,000 hectares of forest and agricultural land. The Zelat Lake and Barak waterfall will be submerged. Affected communities in Churachandpur and Tamenglong district and those in downstream areas in Assam and Bangladesh have been opposing the Tipaimuk Dam due to multifaceted implications.
Barak turen na su tipaimuk dam do na taba atopa dam kharasu sagani haiba pause sengna ekoi public mayam tajare aduna dam sabase ekoi public nadi pamde maramdi dam sabadagi ekoi public ta prajada amang base hena ekoi phangani asi ekoi pamjade haiba wafamsi thamjani
190 megawatt Pabram Dam, the 67 megawatt Khongnem Chaka Dam, the 60 megawatt Irang Dam, etc. are also proposed over the Barak and Irang rivers.
Then adudadi nung sulaye, lingoi sulaye, nga sulaye, ekoi adudagi na ekoi sahi o naba ekoi nunga lingoi aduda nga ga phadna dum tokhiwani ekoi gi hingnawagi.
Turen sida thokpa nung khangde lengoi khangde nga khangde aikoi na khollaga long na khollaga chabani na ko asi turen se aikoi gi wakhan de dam se lahaning de habse koi nupi angang singi arepane se
impossible for us.
If a huge mega hydro project is erected just downstream, 4 kilometers downstream to this, all these areas will be affected and it will definitely lead to ecological disaster.
Ahan singdi story di akhoi langfram si apalo asya phadaba se mahan gani haina ka miyam di lungai tabani
Husi dam saradi akhoi da wat ka dabasi krino haradi husi akhoi na singi thab sing da rebo emni na singi thabak suba tamni lau uba suba tamni sa na ba wat kani injang na pi husi ka na saringai da flood sing chaukhala radi slide su tarani adu yam wa ga damni aduna yari makhai di asi dam sagani haba se akhoi na yaroi haina akhoi su kan na husi tawribni
The NHPC is preparing to build the 66 megawatt Loktak downstream hydroelectric project over the Laimatak River. The affected communities are worried that these dams will destroy their land, lives, and future. The thrust to build large dams over the rivers of Manipur needs serious introspection for its rationality. For long, communities are forced to sacrifice their land for large dams that entailed hardship for them. Dam building only intensified indigenous rights violations and fostered development injustice. Scarce public resources incurred in failed dams like the Kuga Dam and Kopum Dam could have been better utilized to meet other social needs like education, health, and employment. Introspection of dam building is critical, with increased unviability of building large dams, climate change impact, and availability of viable renewable energies. Manipur's land, forest, and rivers are not for profit of corporate bodies and dam builders. The government should rescind all plans to build new hydropower projects in Manipur. Indigenous people's survival and their spiritual relationship with the rivers should be protected. The rivers of Manipur should be allowed to flow free for all generations to come.